So, seeing as everyone liked my Tools of Destruction No Vendors run about a month ago, and because I also enjoyed it, not only do you have to do the 15 minutes of wrench hits, but we also have to do the 4-minute grind rail sequence again perfectly, so we don't take damage. Just so very much. We're taking it to the old school extreme. Can you beat Ratchet Clank without using vendors? Before we jump in, we're going to have to define what a vendor is. Gadgetron vendors are vendors. Stick with me, that's pretty complicated, but it gets easier from here, I promise. The PDA is a portable munitions vendor with far higher prices, so we will still count this as a vendor. Gold weapons might not have an official vendor, but you still buy them, so... The final big one is the nanotech upgrades. These come out of a Dreks dispenser, which looks like a vending machine, so it's also banned. Just to sum up, we cannot buy new weapons, we cannot buy ammo, we cannot use the PDA, we cannot buy gold weapons, we cannot upgrade our health. This is going to be a far more difficult challenge than anything you've ever seen for this game, for two big reasons. We don't get gold weapons, and we will always die in 4 hits rather than 8. This challenge literally halves our health pool near the end. Now, we aren't really supposed to have much in the way of weapons for the first few levels, so the first few levels are actually pretty identical. We just need to manage our ammo well. Eudora is where the challenge starts to get more interesting. To begin with, we will have had a little experience in how we need to play in this challenge. We need to be making use of the wrench when we can, and be sure not to waste any of our bomb glove ammo, as every piece of it is very limited. Now, exploring the logging site will grant us the second of 3 weapons we can use in this run, the suck cannon. This is a situational weapon, but in the right areas, this is easily one of the most OP weapons in the game. We can suck up smaller enemies and shoot them back at bigger enemies. If you can find a good spot in the level with lots of smaller guys and keep coming back to them, this weapon essentially has near unlimited ammo. Of course, if we cannot find a lot of smaller enemies, this weapon is completely useless. We explore the rest of the planet and continue our journey. This is a good example of demonstrating just how powerful the suck cannon can be. We can suck up the frogs that spawn in droves. Using these guys instead of our more limited ammo, don't panic, no frogs were harmed in the making of this video. We get to fight a giant lizard as a first boss, which I don't think anyone actually counts as the first boss because it's so damn easy. Unfortunately for this guy, the only mention he gets is that defeating him is just as easy. Captain Quark demands we run through his death course to prove our strength to him. This is easily one of the bigger difficulty spikes in this challenge. Not only is this a massive endurance round, but if we die, ammo boxes do not respawn. Every time we die in this challenge, we are only making it increasingly harder for ourselves. To destroy the bomb throwers, we need to throw a bomb while in the air to have a chance of the bomb hitting it. A way to save on ammo is to throw the wrench at the mines instead of using our weapons. We fight through the base and are met with Captain Quark, who throws us into his basement to entertain his pet. It is very important to go into this fight with as much ammo as possible. Once he's damaged a little bit, he will throw up a force field, so we need to lure him over one of the bridges. Repeat this a few times while collecting the ammo around the arena and you should be alright. Battalia has the potential to be incredibly difficult, but luckily we won the hoverboard races back in Rilgar and got the reward from Iridia. This allows us to use sound mice in limited areas, one of which is this zone with the tanks. Very convenient. We fight our way through the war zone, helping the commander before he sends us away to another planet and goes AWOL instead of defending the civilians. A true hero of the people. Now, seasoned viewers will know that we can use our trusted strategy of funny collision detection on this level. For new viewers, we can take advantage of the kind of janky nature of collision in Ratchet Clank games to scale walls we aren't really meant to. We can scale this wall on Gaspar to essentially skip the entire level, getting a hold of the pilot's helmet and leaving. My job is so much work. Pokitaru is littered with these fish gremlins, but we can actually suck them up with our suck cannon. Effectively, this turns every single enemy in this level into ammo. On top of that, we can stand on the glass like this when we travel via boats. The fish can't hit us and there is a maximum amount that can jump onto the ship. We can now do Ratchet's portion of Orxon now that we have the O2 mask. This would normally be a big level for us. We would be getting our extra health here, but not in this case. We are going to be having having serious issues from this point on, as we remain with 4 hit points rather than increasing it. We chase down the infobot and get our next level. In Hoven, we have to destroy this missile on a turret near the top of the level. Now, we need to destroy this helicopter. As we already know, the bomb glove cannot destroy this, but we don't just have the bomb glove this time around. We can use the suck cannon on these little Yeti guys scattered around and shoot them at the helicopter, lowering the platform. Again, for the seasoned among us, we know we can just skip this entire level. The game only checks for Ratchet's X and Z coordinates to enter the turret, so if we glide below the turret, it'll just warp us into it. It really is that easy. We proceed to destroy the ship carrying the missiles. It falls to the ground, but luckily it doesn't destroy the planet. Apologies for the intermission, but if you've been enjoying this video, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing to a friend who would enjoy this challenge too. It really does help boost the channel to more people and will allow me to continue doing these kinds of videos and challenges. If you really want to go above and beyond, you can also buy a channel membership with perks that include early access to these videos and voting on the next challenge I do. Anyway, back to the video. Oltanis Orbit is by far the most technical level in this challenge. There are several barriers that we need to destroy to continue. The first barrier is easy enough to get rid of, but the next one is completely out of range. Now for the cool speedrun tech, using our trademark funny collision detection. We can high jump onto the ledges on the side and reach the roof. Welcome to Out of Bounds. We can then high jump onto the arcs and high jump across all of them. Jumping towards the ship, the visuals aren't loaded in, but the collision is still there. Jump through the fence and you have just skipped most of the level. All that remains is a final room in which we can suck up all the small robots, essentially giving us unlimited ammo for this segment. Captain Quark ambushes us with his super cool spaceship and is looking for a fight. However, I don't really feel like it. If you do a long jump here, run around a little bit to hit the checkpoint and jump down, we can just skip this entire encounter, skipping the second major boss. Oltanis is a big level with lots to do here. We platform around the city, not for a reward, but instead to meet our life hero, Steve McQuark. He's just so incredible. Now, we can't actually buy the PDA because we aren't allowed to use it. I guess that means Steve is gonna go homeless. There's a light stealth section here where at the end we get the final weapon for the challenge, and it's not very useful. It turns enemies into chickens, which as you can imagine is hilarious, but isn't helpful really. We finally go through the main path, defeating these lightning robots in which we need to time our jumps to dodge the attacks. After a cool grind rail section, we buy an advertisement and head to space. Quartu is a small level, but it's here where we are introduced to the coolest thing in this game, Giant Clank, where he gets missile wrists and can shoot energy beams at giant robots. Now, once again, we can skip most of this level with funny collision detection. If we head left from the main plaza area and take the elevator up, we can high jump and glide onto the main building, high jumping off of it again. Line up like this and land onto the green platforms, jumping across them and jump into the void. The level should load in, and after a hoverboard race, the level has been completed. We return to Quartu with our new holo guys to sneak into the factory. This level isn't too difficult. We just need to attack all the enemies at once to stop them from activating the insta-kill button. This level doesn't take too much out of us, and we head to Dreks' fleet. This level is a pure stealth segment. We need to take out the enemies before they one-shot us with the button. This is a pretty easy level. We just need to be patient and manage our ammo efficiently. A single hyperstrike should take down the robot guards. Just make sure you don't die, as there are no checkpoints present for most of this path. We fight through Dreks' fleet and find out that Drek plans to destroy Velden, so we head there to finish the final level in this challenge. This this level is horrible. It's so finicky, it's so precise. The knockback, the knockback. If you get hit once, you will die. To get through this level, we need to be fast and not retrace our steps. If we can reach the trespasser locks, the enemies will stop shooting at us, and if we do end up dying afterwards, it will save the lock as open. So at the very least, you will have made a little bit of progress. We use Giant Clank one final time to take on the final boss, get shrunk back down, and now the real final fight begins. We want to try and go into this with as much ammo as possible. We will not be able to get any during this fight. Drek is a multi-stage boss fight in which he introduces new attacks in each phase. We want to use use the bomb glove to power through the first phase. At the second phase onwards, he will have an attack where he can throw out lots of mines. We can suck these up with the suck cannon and fire them back at Drek, making this fight a pure endurance round. But the good thing is, we don't have to worry about the ammo. We will have unlimited ammo, we just need to wait for the attack. I shouldn't have to say this, but try not to get hit. This fight takes us about 18 minutes and we only get 4 hit points. There are a total of 3 heals, with 2 of them being located on the final platform. So we need to go into the final phase at full health. On the final phase, Drek will also spawn in Agents of Doom, which can be sucked up as well. We just need to be patient. You could be waiting minutes in between attacks to get either mines or agents, but if you've made it this far, it's only a matter of time. With Ratchet Clank destroying millions of homes on that planet, the Ratchet Clank No Vendors Challenge is complete.
Do you have a problem with unwanted hair? Is painful itching in your nether regions causing you undue embarrassment? Do you just plain stink? Then you need this, the Gadgetron Personal Hygienator. Hi, I'm Steve McQuark, and this little baby can take care of any grooming needs that are just too much trouble for you to handle yourself. Allow me to demonstrate. Yeah. Oh, mommy.
Thank you for the continued support of all Soldier members, including Multi Brad X. Thank you for your continued support.